Hey, Jonathan Hardy here with Leaders.Church. I want to just take a moment to talk to you about some of the things that we usually talk about here at the end of the year. Obviously, you know this is the month of December, and as a result, we typically are beginning to think about wrapping up the year and what's the next year going to be looking like. And so, as you begin to go through that journey personally over the next couple of weeks, I want to talk to you just a little bit about some things to give consideration to. Because if you're like most pastors and ministry leaders that I know, this year has been different than any other year that we've ever known. And as a result, it's drastically affected our churches, our ministries, the participation of people. In some places around the United States in particular, things are kind of more like normal. But in most places that of the pastors that I talk to, things are not normal. And in any event, it's a good opportunity for us to just reflect and to think back on 2020 as we look to 2021 to see how can we make 2021 better than anything we could have ever imagined. And certainly we want to do that for our churches, but we want to even do that personally and professionally as pastors and ministry leaders. And so that's why I want to just take this next couple of minutes to talk to you about some things that I would encourage you to consider doing as you look to this next year. Now, first and foremost, I would just start by simply saying you need to do this. You need to take some time, pause, and reflect on what do we need to do different. Particularly if you're like many churches that I'm familiar with, where we've got to kind of rebuild. We've got to re-engage people who are they've been on the sidelines. They're not engaged anymore. They're not coming to church. They're not participating. They might not be giving. All these things that they were doing before, now they're not. And so how can we re-engage them? What are the things we need to do to get them back in and involved in the ministry? And so you have to be thinking about all these things. And so pause, take that time to really reflect. And then I would encourage you to take time to invest in yourself. Right now, as December progresses, oftentimes in many churches, things slow down. Not in every church, but in a lot of churches, there comes a point in a season of the church where things do slow down just a bit. And it's a good opportunity for you to maximize this time to be able to invest in yourself. One of the things that if you've heard us talk for any length of time at all, is that growing churches are led by growing pastors. And the number one key to helping your ministry be all that it can be is to invest in yourself personally. And so that's why we're always encouraging people to take time to invest in yourself. Because as you know, a glass can only spill what it contains. I mean, I've got actually sitting here at my desk, I've got my water jug right here. This thing, when this thing is empty, it's empty. And the only way I can pour more out of it is if I put more into it. And so that's the way it applies to us personally. We can't keep giving and giving and giving of ourselves if we don't also refill ourselves. And so one of the things I would like to encourage you to do is to refill yourself with Leaders.Church. Right now, we actually, starting today through Thursday, we're giving everyone who wants an opportunity to hop in Leaders.Church for 14 days. We're doing a 14-day trial, and you can just hop in, try out Leaders.Church. If it's something you've been thinking about doing, this is a great opportunity for you to check it out. And if it's something that you've never heard of before, I would encourage you, check it out, because this is an opportunity to invest in you. We've built out this program to be over 300 videos, all on different subjects related to you and your leadership. And I mean, we've got things from building teams to vision casting, which, man, we've got to cast some serious vision as we look to 2021. How are we going to get the people in our church re-engaged? You need vision. You got to build the team to help you. You can't do it on your own. We have all kinds of practical things in there. I could go through all of it, but the point is you can hop on the website, check out some of that. But the idea here is I want to encourage you to invest in yourself. And this Leaders.Church 14-day trial is one way to do it. Now, here's the cool thing about this. What we want to do just as we wrap up the end of the year is we want to give this thing to you for $1. So all it takes is a $1 investment for you, small amount of skin in the game for you, and then you can take these resources and just start plowing through them for 14 days. You can even add some of your team. So if you've got whether you have staff or whether you have a couple of key volunteers, could be your church board, whomever you might have as part of your leadership team at the church, they can be a part of it. And you could just add them as users. And then after the 14 days, if you say, man, I like this, I want to keep going, well, you've got an opportunity to do so. And if you don't, and you say, you know what, I tried it out, I don't think it's something I want to continue, well, hey, no harm, no foul. Hopefully you were able to maximize some time over the 14-day period to really invest in yourself, because ultimately that's what we want. I want you to take these 14 days, even if you don't continue with Leaders.Church beyond the 14 days. I want to encourage you to take the 14 days for one small dollar and pour into yourself. I mean, you probably, this weekend I rented a movie, spent more than $1 for 2 hours of vegging out. Well, what if you spent $1 and you could really plow through a couple of the video series and figure out, how am I going to get that vision I need for 2021? How am I going to build the team we need for 2021? How am I going to do this or that? That can happen with a $1 investment for 14 days, and then cancel before the 14 days, and you're good to go. If you do want to continue, we're also throwing in kind of a special end of the year discount for you, which is a 47% off of the premium membership. So after those 14 days, if you decide you're going to keep on going through, you're going to lock in the 47% discount for the premium membership, which gives you the ability to add the users, as I mentioned. It gives you all these sample church documents you can have. You can have a quarterly coaching call where you can just hop on the phone and get some information and feedback and thoughts based on whatever you want to talk about in ministry or in your personal life. I mean, all of that is free game. So there's all kinds of things. The website there can show you more about it. But here's where you need to go. If you're interested in this 14-day trial, I want to encourage you to go to Leaders.Church/trial. Again, that's Leaders.Church/trial. 14 days, $1 investment. And I bet if you spent watched one video or one video series over the next 14 days, or even if you did, a couple of video series over that 14-day period, you would find that $1 investment would be well worth all the time and effort you're putting into this. Because again, 2021 is a new year. It's a great opportunity for us to start thinking about what do we need to do different? How do we need to lead different? What do we need? What changes do we need to make in the church? How can we move the ministry forward and advance the kingdom of God as He has called us to do? I think what we've learned through this whole season of COVID-19 and all of the 2020 craziness is that what got us here won't get us there. Things are changing, and so we have to change. And one of the ways to do that is to fill our own cup so that we're full and we're leading out of our fullness rather than our emptiness. And God is going to use you to do amazing things. And I pray that maybe the Leaders.Church resources could be a help to you in that personal investment that you need to take. So if you want to do it, if you want to give it a shot, go to Leaders.Church/trial. Again, that's Leaders.Church/trial. 14 days, $1 investment could change the trajectory for 2021. Hope to have you join.